as requested by quite a few viewers, I am doing a flight down here at Green Lake in Green Lake County, Wisconsin. This is a great place if you want an alternative to go fishing from the hustle and bustle, we'll call it, for of sturgeon spearing weekend on the Winnebago chain of lakes, including Poygan and Butamore. I will be flying over on those lakes coming up next week, similar to the way I did the special this last week for the Battle on Bago coming up real soon. I will also that weekend be sure to get a flight over on Poygan, and I will also get a flight on Butamore. So a little bit different. That flight on Butamore ought to be cool. I don't fly on there very often. If you guys do want to see that added to my rotation, make a comment in the show notes. Let me know about that. Before we get this flight going over here on Big Green, let's take a look at where that lake is located within the state of Wisconsin. Let's take a look where Green Lake sits, everyone. Green Lake is this little piece of water that I'm circling with my mouse right now. Let's start zooming in at it. The location of it makes it very convenient. People from the Madison area can get up there, the Dells, Oshkosh, Appleton, Milwaukee. Pretty short drive for everybody. And here's where she sits. Incidentally, it's located kind of like close to Lake Puckaway. That would be to the west of there. Lake Puckaway, incidentally, is where the largest northern pike in Wisconsin was ever caught. I'll probably do an episode on that coming up. But Green Lake sits right here in Green Lake County, Wisconsin. Little history on the lake. It is 237 feet deep. It is the deepest natural lake in Wisconsin. That is very cool. This basin on the west end of the lake is the deepest part. This area on the east end of the lake still is very deep, so it's no slouch with depths way over 100 feet. So we're going to be flying out of this Sandstone Bluff area here. I'm specifically going to be flying out of Horns Road, which is off of Horns Landings, particularly right there where the ramp is. The area where the flight took place was primarily right out in this area of the lake, so kind of right in the middle. So straight off that road, I veered just a little bit to the west. When we're looking at this, the way the lake sits, we're going to be able to see this basin, kind of central basin from the drone, and then also this east basin of the lake. So I'm going to zoom out a little more. So we're not able to kind of see this dog leg where it just kind of bends down there to the southwest. Unfortunately, that lake is so big I can't do that. Now, Horns Landing has quite a bit of parking, but it doesn't have a ton of parking. You'll see that on the drone flight as I'm going. It is one heck of a steep hill to get down there. A little more information on Green Lake that I find interesting. It is very, very large. It is, let me look here, 7,340 acres. That is a big lake. It has an average depth of 100 feet, and it has, let's see here, 23.3 miles of diverse shoreline. Just not normal shoreline, it's diverse shoreline. Makes it a great place to go fishing. One unique thing about Green Lake, it is one of the only places in Wisconsin, inland lake, that you can catch lake trout. So there are specific regulations on that. Make sure you check those regulations before you head out fishing. Before we get out and look at that flight conditions on Green Lake, let's do our normal safety information. Let's cue up that elevator music. If it is less than 4 inches, you are safe to go on the ice if you are a bobcat. 4 inches or more, you can go ice fishing with you and your gear. 5 inches of ice, a grizzly bear can go out there, but be bear aware. 6 inches of ice, a figure skating Bigfoot. 7 inches of ice, an ATV or a snowmobile. At 10 inches of ice, you can take a green SUV or a small car. At 11 inches of ice, you can be a red dinosaur and be on the ice. At 12 inches of ice, you can take a pickup truck or an SUV. Now, let's get on to those drone ice reports. Okay, we're facing west on Green Lake. This is kind of the central area of the lake right here. There is a crack that's kind of running northwest, southeast. So right there, you see it clearly. If you're getting near those crack lines, as always, use caution. There might be free floating ice chunks. That is the north shore of Green Lake in the distance. We're going to be looking in depth at the locations of what we're seeing in the distance in just a little bit on the lower elevation flight here, but this gives you a good look at how frozen solid that lake is. Now, remember, ice conditions do change. Things are never 100% safe. It is ice. So use caution when you go out there. Always check your local conditions as they can change rapidly. That's Horns Landing right there where I flew out of. There are lots and lots of launches on this lake, so don't just go out of that one. There is sandstone right there, bluff area. So that's looking west again. We're dropping down in elevation. This is 150 feet now. Again, there's a look at that crack. Like I said, be careful around cracks. I've been flying drone flights over the ice for a very long time now, and those are danger spots. There's also can be crack lines that open up mid lake. Also, that's the north shore of Green Lake right there, and that is the city of Green Lake off in the distance. There is ice access there. That is Sunset Park on the far east end. There is also access there with lots of parking, probably 3 times the parking as Horns. So I would recommend that one. That's Horns Landing again. Lots of people out ice fishing. Great to see. If you're not a subscriber to the show, please subscribe. I do a lot of different things besides these drone ice conditions. Right now, I'm testing a LAANCE Eagle Eye 9. This is the down view where I flew over real quick, just so you can see what that looks like. And we're going to get over here on a gentle flight to finish up listening to Tchaikovsky. So that's pretty sweet. Again, enjoy your time in the outdoors, everybody. I hope everyone stays on the right side of the ice. Thank you for watching.